Hey everyone, I am Simon and welcome back to an architecture tour of Half-Life 2. Although once again, there's not gonna be very much architecture for a while because we are still walking along the beach. Lighthouse. Yeah, that lighthouse does seem a little bit short to me. Although it's on a huge cliff anyway, so I don't know, I guess it's alright. Anyway, we are past the car section, or the buggy section, and now we are traveling on foot.
Someone's coming. You there! Stop where you are! Stay on the rocks! Don't step on the sand, it makes the antlions crazy! Laszlo, don't move! No. Help! Dear God! Poor Laszlo! The finest mind of his generation had come to such an end. We were heading for the Vortigaunt camp, hoping to pick up some bug baits of these damn things and leave us alone. But without Laszlo, what's the point? I know you tried to help. I'll stay with him a while. There's something I have to do. Go ahead. I hope you have better luck than we had.
Alright, so once again we get the introduction to...
Remember to stay off the sand! The antlions are edgy right now.
Alright, we get the introduction to, I guess, the quirk of this part of the game. Stay off the sand. We're heading to the Vortigaunt camp to get some bug bait, apparently. So, you know, as we're fairly familiar with by now, at the start of every section we get an introduction of some sort to the mechanics that will apply to this section. So let's try to stay off the sand, as he says. It's interesting that there's sand all the way up here, though. You know, sand is kind of, well, sometimes it's fluid and sometimes it's solid. And by that I mean, you know, it moves, right? Sand, it flows under certain conditions, and so usually you find it fairly flat. Or, you know, if there's sand dunes, then the wind is blowing the sand up into a dune. But that shifts and flows all the time as well. What I'm trying to say is, if you have sand like this, and then it rains, the rain will wash the sand downwards, right? Eventually, there wouldn't be sand up here, because it'll all be down at the lowest possible position. Like a, you know, like a liquid, it flows downwards. Although, of course, sand doesn't move all the time and under its own, you know, by itself, but it does move somewhat. You can stand on objects to stay off the sand. So yeah, it's kind of unusual for sand to be like this, unless something was pushing it upwards all the time, maybe like a prevailing wind or something, but even then it's somewhat unusual in this configuration. Whoa. There's some boxes over there, but I don't think they're worth getting, if I remember right. Let's keep what's going on? That was not helpful. Oh crap. Yeah, the physics are a little bit strange in this game, like whenever one object is resting on another object, it shuffles around a bit. Let's see, I think we can get one of them. Grenades, which are not useful. Ooh, I can get them. Let's see what this one is. Ammo, which is once again not useful. Oops. Let's see, what's the smart way of doing it. I think we can jump up there. Although we might wanna do that. Yeah, that'll work. You don't have to be this careful, of course. If you step on the sand, you'll just get a bunch of antlions on your back. You can always just kill them and run back to the rocks. So it's not a huge deal, but what you're meant to do is to avoid the sand. Oops. Alright, I don't think we need those anymore. There might be stuff down there, but I'll just stay on the path. And there is quite a convenient path, as you can see. More windmills? And I'm sure there's loot over there, but I don't really want to go through the trouble of trying to get it. And again, somewhat unusual rock formations. I don't think it looks very natural. I think it looks quite strange, to be honest. A shed on a rock for seemingly no reason. Oh, this part. I miss this part up quite often, actually. What you're meant to do is to put weights on this end. And I never figured out if I do it correctly or not. Because oh crap. No, no. Oh no. Well, it's not a disaster, but what's going on? I'm standing on it. So yeah, I'm never sure whether I'm doing this properly. Well, obviously not when I fall into the sand like that. Alright, well, let's try that again. You are supposed to put a weight on this end so that the ramp goes up at the other side and then you can climb upwards. Is that a... No, it's just a rock. So, box. There, but the box by itself will not support my weight. I don't think. Let's try that. Yeah, like that. Yep, let's keep going. A shed. Really, I don't know why that shed is all the way out there by itself on a rock. But at least there appears to be some way to actually get out there. You know, this used to be a bridge of some sort, I guess. Loot. We can grab. We can grab the loot, which we do not need. There's like doors and everything. Again, somewhat unlikely for that stuff to just be scattered around. you know, if you usually get a line of debris at the high tide mark because, you know, the water comes in and out with the tides. And if this stuff is floating, then at the high tide mark you'll get all the rubbish, usually. So the way it's scattered about like that is somewhat unusual. Don't actually need any of that. Should be more loose. I mean, they're giving us a lot of boxes, almost as though... Oops. Almost as though they want us to actually walk down there. And maybe that's a... It's a possibility. Ooh, ammo, that's good. Like, our destination is over there. I think I can use this to get back up. Not sure though. What if I do that? Nope. That's not gonna work. Actually, I can run over there, can't I? Oops. That doesn't really help. Let's grab that if we can. Or that. That looks more useful. Nice. Oh crap. Never mind. Or just run for it. Okay, where are we going?